And well, the 7-day religious rituals for the Ayodhya Ram Temple Pran Pratishtha ceremony began on the 16th of January and will continue till the 21st of January. Last night, the idol of Ram Lalla was brought inside the sanctum sanctorum of the Ram Temple. Sri Ram Mandir Construction Committee Chairperson Nipendra Mishra has said that a special puja was held in the sanctum sanctorum before the idol was brought inside. He's also said that the idol is likely to be installed in the sanctum sanctorum today, that is the 18th of January. Rituals are being performed in the run-up to the January 22nd consecration ceremony at the Ram Temple. A Kalash Pujan that was held yesterday. The Ram Temple Pran Pratishtha ceremony that will begin at 12:20 p.m. on January 22nd and is expected to end by 1 p.m. that afternoon. Let me cut across to my colleagues Priyanka and Rakshita, who are with us on the broadcast as they continue to get us the latest from Ayodhya. Priyanka, if I can come to you first on details of what is set to happen today. The rituals are being performed. We are already hearing the recitation, and the Ram Lalla idol that is to be installed in the sanctum sanctorum today. How are the preparations ongoing?
Well, that's right, Swesha. We had seen now the rituals of the idol, in fact, had been carried out yesterday with all of the trust members who had been present and saints and seers from Kashi as well who had been present. The idol had first been immersed in water, Gangajal, milk, ghee and food grains as per the rituals, and then of course had been taken completely covered up in that truck and had been taken to the temple premises, and then it had also been dismounted and then kept near the sanctum sanctorum. Now another thing that we are getting to know is that there is a parikrama that is being taken by each and every idol that is newly placed in a newly built temple, and that parikrama has to happen in the entire city, but that plan has been cancelled, and the parikrama will take place inside of the temple premises itself. There will be a 100-meter parikrama that will be done, keeping in mind that the idol in fact is also 150 to 200 kgs, and there will be a parikrama that will be done around the main temple premises itself, where only the key people who are allowed inside even now will be there. That will include the trust members, the saints and seers who will carry out these rituals, and of course some of the government machinery and the workers who are carrying out the construction work as well. So that is the latest that we're getting to know, and of course after that parikrama takes place, the idol will then be placed inside of the sanctum sanctorum, in that sanctum sanctorum itself, and post that even then the idol's eyes will be blindfolded as per the rituals, and it is only after the Pran Pratishtha that the idol will be released from the blindfold and then shown a mirror as well. So these are the updates that we're getting to know, and today as well there will be another Kalash Yatra that will be carried out as a part of the rituals, of the Pran Pratishtha that is being carried out by Arun Mishra on behalf of the Prime Minister as well. So all of these updates are coming to light from Ayodhya, as Ayodhya in fact is gearing up for the 22nd of January, and what you see around me is also another glimpse of how essentially Ayodhya is getting decked up, and how each and every nook and cranny in fact has this particular life-size model of the Ram Temple that has also been placed, a life-size model of the entire newly constructed temple. This is the main part of the temple that has been kept here. In fact, apart from that, there is a Parkota wall around the temple, and there are 7 other temples as well that have been placed in and around that area. So these life-size models in fact essentially reflecting and depicting the entire struggle of 500 years, and how the people of Ayodhya, in fact you can see that people gather to take pictures of themselves with this temple, because this is another reflection for the kind of struggle that they have seen for this temple to be constructed, for this temple to stand tall on 22nd of January. And of course there are saints and seers who are carrying out their rituals and yagnas, and you can hear some of the recitations here as well in this particular vantage point near the tent city where we are reporting from, and this essentially shows us how the entire city essentially is also gearing up for the entire 22nd of January on the consecration ceremony, and we'll try to go towards them and we'll try to get in a word from them as well, because a lot of happy faces, a lot of them in fact who have gathered here and have come from across the country as well. आप लोग बताइए सर, आप कहाँ से आए हैं? मंदिर के इसके साथ फोटो वगैरह ले रहे हैं, पूरा जश्न का माहौल लग रहा है।
हम गुजरात से आए हैं, यहाँ सेवा देने के लिए आए हैं, साधु संत के
सेवा देने आए हैं। क्या सेवा देंगे आप यहाँ पे?
हाँ,
क्या सेवा देंगे यहाँ पे?
वहाँ साधु संतों के लिए जमाने के लिए, उसकी सेवा करने के लिए ऐसे आए हैं।
22 जनवरी की पूरी तैयारी हो चुकी है, पूरी तरह से यहाँ पर जश्न का माहौल लग रहा है। 22 जनवरी का उत्सुक है लोग 22 के लिए।
हाँ, वो अच्छा होगा ना, सारा हो ही जाएगा। अभी 22 जनवरी का साधु संतों सबको इधर आने का है, अच्छे तरीके रहेगा। हम साधु संतों को हम इधर भोजन खिलाने के लिए आया है गुजरात से।
काफी सारे लोग आए हैं यहाँ पे लंगर वगैरह भी लगाने के लिए, अपनी पूरे श्रमदान देने के लिए। श्रमदान देने के लिए काफी सारे लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं, काफी सारे लोग यहाँ पर सेवा देने के लिए आए हुए हैं।
हम कच्छ गुजरात से आए हैं, इस साधु संतों के सेवा में आए हैं। हमारा आचार्य पीठ इधर आएगा, जगत गुरु पीठ यहाँ पे आएगा, उसका सब आदेश के हम 100 लोग आए कच्छ गुजरात से पूरे सेवा करने के लिए। तो हमारा महामंत्री भी है साथ में, वो भी आया है प्रमुख।
पूरी तैयारी हो चुकी है 22 के लिए। कितने लोगों के लिए आप सेवा कर रहे हैं, कितने साधु संतों का ध्यान रख रहे हैं आप?
वो हमारे को वो मिलेगा उधर से, स्वयं सेवक का कितना आदमी को
तैयारी हो गई है?
हाँ, हो गई है, उधर सब हो गई है।
So you can see how people have come from across the country. This particular group has come from Gujarat, and of course there are a lot of other people who have come from various other states who have come to volunteer their services, volunteer their time, and every part of the city in fact has a langar that has also been given out, where people are giving their services and volunteering for food, so that anyone who is in Ayodhya does not go empty stomach, because as of now people in Ayodhya believe that this is a very blessed time to be in the city and that they have to take care of each other. The famous Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb as well, as they call it here, and apart from that, of course, all of them saying that this is a second Diwali for them. So that essentially is the mood here in Ayodhya as people gear up for the 22nd of January. And then of course we are also keeping our viewers ahead, Suesha, on the rituals that are being carried out for the 22nd of January as well.
Absolutely, Priyanka, and one can totally sense the enthusiasm sitting right here. In fact, it is not just Ayodhya, but in the entire country where, the word is that it is going to be a Diwali-like celebration. Also to understand from you, Priyanka, that by the 21st, most of the guests and all those who've been invited will start to make their way to Ayodhya. As we understand that, more than 1,500 car sevaks, seers, and prominent personalities from across the country, including political figures who will be seen in Ayodhya. In the meanwhile, in the next 4 days, like you're telling us that today it is likely that the idol will be placed in the sanctum sanctorum. If you could give us details of what is to happen tomorrow, day after, and then on the 20th.
Well, absolutely, Suesha. There are, as we speak, and as that gentleman was also pointing out, there are saints and seers who are coming from Kashi as well, who have, started coming into Ayodhya. Even yesterday, we had seen those pictures of the Kalash Yatra that was being carried out by the saints of Kashi, and this was another ritual that was being carried out by, Arun Mishra himself. Apart from that, of course, we had seen yesterday how the idol rituals were being carried out with the idol. And as you pointed out, even yesterday night, the idol was placed inside of the temple premises, and today as well will be placed inside of the sanctum sanctorum. Post that, we will also have a lot of other rituals which will essentially that will happen essentially inside of the sanctum sanctorum itself, around the idol, because that is where the main puja and the Pran Pratishtha will actually take place. But of course, on 22nd of January is when we will see the largest gathering of saints and seers who will carry out the mantra ucharan, the shlokas that will be chanted. All of that recitation will take place. The yagna will take place as well. So that essentially is the rituals that we are now looking looking at inside of the temple premises, inside of the sanctum sanctorum as well, that will be carried out. And then, of course, on 22nd of January, after it is completed at around 1 p.m. or so, that is the approximate time, is when the blindfold, as I was mentioning earlier, of the idol will be removed. The idol will be shown a mirror, and in that ritual, there will only be 5 people who will be present. That will include the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, the UP Governor Anandiben Patel, the UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and the main priest of the Ram Temple, Nritya Gopal Das. So these 5 people are going to be inside when that particular ritual happens. That will essentially culminate the entire Pran Pratishtha ceremony, the entire consecration ceremony on 22nd of January. Post that, the entire temple will then be opened for the devotees to come in and then do their darshan as well. So that essentially is what we are looking at as far as ritual goes for the Pran Pratishtha, for the consecration ceremony. All of these things now will be carried out inside of the temple premises, only with the main saints and seers who will be present inside. And that is what I was also trying to, stress upon, because even though the rituals and the yagna is happening only in one particular part of the sanctum sanctorum inside of the temple premises, which, obviously because of security reason, nobody is allowed to go inside. That has been the case with the Ram Janmabhoomi temple for several years. But the entire city of Ayodhya is celebrating that yagna.
Right.
The entire city of Ayodhya, in fact, is celebrating the Pran Pratishtha as well.
Oh yes, and the mantras that can be heard loud and clear all across Ayodhya, I'm sure, Priyanka, as we also hear it right here in our studio.